Hello, everybody. Welcome to It Was Tuesday with your host, James Chen, aka Jay Chenzor. Gonna bring you another match analysis here today. As you can see on the screen over here, it is going to be a match between Phenom and Takamura. And this match here came from Street Fighter League EU. I know a lot of people have been talking about Street Fighter League US recently with all the Punk and Shanghai drama rivalry that was going on. Well, drama, I guess I should call it. Trash talking that happened. But Street Fighter League EU has been happening as well, and it has been fantastic footage to watch. So if you haven't been taking the time to also watch Street Fighter League Europe, please take the time to do so. It's the same format with the point systems, etc., etc. A bunch of different, very talented teams here. And the match that I really wanted to watch was between Phenom and Takamura, both Ken players. So I know what a lot of people are thinking, like, really? You're going to analyze Ken versus Ken? Look, this is a match we're going to see a lot of, okay? Clearly, this is going to be a pretty popular match. So we'll probably see a lot of Ken versus Ken at Capcom Cup coming soon. So I wanted to analyze this, but also because, you know, spoilers, it starts very one-sided and then it starts to go the other direction. So I want to see if I can figure out what the change was, what the transition is that Takamura was able to implement to really turn this match around very dramatically. Because when we watch this, you're going to see very much that it just looks like Phenom is going to run away with this. And so I won't spoil who wins it at the very end, but the fact that Takamura was able to make the adjustment, this was one of the best matches on Street Fighter League EU. If you haven't had a chance, another one that was really good, was Vega Patch. And who was Vega Patch going up against? Shoot, I can't remember, but there was another one that was just wonderful to watch. Again, a lot of really great, matches here in SFL EU. They're all on Capcom Fighters on their YouTube channel, so check that out. You can find them all archived over there, because obviously it streams on awkward time differences, so not going to be as easy to watch it live, but they're all archived on Capcom Fighters. That's where I've been watching them. So let's go ahead and switch over here. Commentators are, of course, F-Word and Jammers, but I'll have their commentary a little bit lower so you can hear me talking about everything. This is the third match over here. So in case you're not familiar with Street Fighter League, its first two matches are 10 points. They are 2 out of 3s. And then the third match is 3 out of 5 worth 20 points. So that's a little bit of detail here that you probably don't necessarily need to understand, but this is a 3 out of 5 match that we're going to be playing over here. Let's go. So here's Phenom, of course. Phenom is one of the best players from the EU, has been for a long time. Takamura, again, is a player that I believe is always on the cusp of becoming one of the strongest players. He was an excellent Akuma player back in Street Fighter V days, and so it makes sense that he would go to Ken. Phenom has used very many characters during the course of Street Fighter V, at first known for his Nakali, and if you guys don't remember, he is also very well known as the guy who command through Daigo like 6 times in a row in Canada Cup one year. And that clip went very viral. So let me know if the commentary is a little too loud compared to my voice. I think it should be okay. But, you know, I'd like to have them so that you can at least kind of pseudo hear them in the background. But this is a Ken mirror here. And again, you know, for those of you who are like, oh, joy, Ken mirror. Again, Yes, Ken is a strong character. He's a popular character. We see him a lot, but honestly, it is a very fascinating match to watch. And again, this is a really, really good match. And here we go. So Phenom in the purple Ken right here. And when I watched this the first time, I will say the one thing that I did notice is that Takamura, who's actually, generally very kind of like shenanigansly aggressive. I don't want to call him shenanigans, but like he's with his Akuma, he was always fairly aggressive. I feel like he was playing on his back foot to start over here against Phenom. And Phenom is a very free-flowing kind of player. He just likes to play within the flow of the match. And so once he starts getting a lead and once he starts getting a feel for things, he just starts to go nuts. And Takamura, as you can see here, burns himself out right away. And this is something that you'll notice. The drive gauge management between the two players is very different. So Takamura burns himself out here. And as you can see, Phenom taking full advantage of that. I mean, let's take a look at this already. So Takamura had a good start here. He drive reversals here, probably because he figured he was going to get burned out if he just blocked anyway. But look how much life Takamura has at this point. And after getting burned out, he gets hit, he's getting chipped, he's scared to do a bunch of stuff. And look at that, just through chips and a few little hits over here, and then this throw, Takamura has lost about 25% of his life, 30% of his life, thanks to this burnout over here. Actually, even more. Oh, no. So, in case people don't know, and this is really important, and Takamura knew this, heavy attacks into drive impact are the only inescapable drive impacts against burnout in general. In general, there may be exceptions. But if anybody ever does a medium, like that crouching medium punch that Phenom did, into a drive impact, there is enough of a gap that you can throw the drive impact. So if your opponent is only going medium into drive impact, I mean, keep an eye out for that and throw it. And if you're wrong, you're going to get hit anyway. So, it's actually a very good thing to know. So Takamura with a brilliant escape, but as you can see, he lost about 40 to 45%, 45% life thanks to that burnout right there. So that's brutal, brutal work here. And again, Ken is so strong in the corner, but as you can see, Takamura just came out of burnout. So he gets a throw here, immediately spends 3 bars. And then here he goes and spends the other 3 bars, and he puts himself into burnout and drops that combo. That combo in the corner, the Jinrai links in the corner, not as easy as people think. They actually do require timing. The window is fairly small to be able to get the juggles there. So Takamura did it too early, and now he's burned out here against Phenom. So now Phenom is just going to go right back into the drive impact because he knows he can't get counter drive impacted, using the jab to stop his drive rush. But as you can see, Phenom definitely much more careful with his drive gauge spending. Takamura gets his meter back and he throws an EX fireball right away, an OD fireball, like almost instantaneously. Takamura is just one of those players that's willing to go and spend all out. Look at the time, 8 seconds left. So Takamura trying to find, he's got to get in there. He's down in life. He can't, oh God, he just gave up. He just gave up. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. So very close starting round here. Very close starting round. But again, look at their drive gauge. Takamura already halfway out of his drive gauge. Phenom with still a full drive gauge at this point. Okay, finally spends it on the confirm. So in other words, Phenom spends the meter when he knows he can get the hit. Oh, God. And Takamura a little twitchy there. Gets caught by the shimmy. And now Phenom, ooh, he actually didn't go for multiple throws. I would have sworn he had gone for multiple throws. Oh, he's going to do it now. He's going to do it now. Do it again. Do it again, Phenom. Oh! I would have been wrong. I would have been wrong. I would have gotten teched. But you see right there, Phenom going for throw and then attack and then throw and then he did 2 throws and then attack. So one time he did 1 throw and attack. That time he did 2 throws and attack. He's already trying to establish the corner throw loop game, right? So he's starting it with the safe options. The safe options are throw once and then attack, and then throw twice and then attack. And now that might set him up for the ability to get longer throw loops later on. But there you go, Phenom with the first game. And that second round was definitely more in favor of Phenom. Oh, God, the delayed drive rushes are so good. Because normally people are just blocking, and you delay it a little bit because then they're scared that you're going to try to throw them. So you see the counter hit on Takamura's side over there. Phenom pressing a button over there. So, oh, dang, Takamura goes for that ender over there in the corner. Wasn't close enough to get the juggle. And you can see Takamura, again, just spending his gauge. But here, he's using it to keep Phenom in the corner. And was that a drive rush cancel? That was a drive rush cancel that Phenom went for. So but he drive reversal, I think, even before he saw the green. I think he was going to drive reversal no matter what. That was a hyperactive drive reversal. But Takamura clearly trying to keep Phenom in the corner. This is his goal. Again, another one, but he burns himself out again on that second one. And now he's going for his own throw loops. 3 throws. Oh, okay. And the side switch, of course, with the level 1 super. Always very powerful for Ken. And look at that. Dragon Lash to get in here. And here we go. Phenom. Oh, do you see the gauge? Dude, look at his drive gauge. Oh, dude, look at that. There's like 5 pixels there before he was actually going to recover. And so Phenom going to get big damage off of this, obviously. Goes for the easy combo here. And now throw loops. Is he going to go? Oh, what a backdash by Phenom. So he did go for the throw loop there, but Phenom got backdash by Takamura, and then just a really well-timed OD fireball out of nowhere, catching Takamura walking forward. I don't know if Phenom was noticing Takamura's pace. Step, stop, step, stop, step, stop, step, and then he threw the OD fireball right when Takamura started walking forward again and caught him off guard. And so Phenom now 1 round away from trying to go up 2-0 here. And again, you see how Takamura is a little antsy there with falling for the shimmy again. And here we go. Are you going to... Oh, no, button. So Phenom... So again, he got backdash. He got his throw loop backdash last time. Fortunately, he didn't get punished for it. But as you can see, what that's done now is it has reverted Phenom back to stage 1. He went for throw into attack right away instead of going for any form of throw loop, because he's trying to reset the mix-up. He's trying to reestablish that he's going for the buttons again, hopefully to set himself up for landing some throw loops later on. Oh, look at this. And Takamura, again, you know, the whiff throws on the shimmy, and now he's just trying to escape the corner, you know, in a very, like, scared kind of style. He was trying to escape, and he's going to get punished badly here. I feel like Takamura is just kind of playing a little bit more defensively and not in the way that I would expect. One, Fireball Drive Rush is so good. He missed, and then Takamura with this beautiful level 3 activation. Wah, wah, wah. Man, that sucked. That sucked so badly. But Phenom with a perfect right there to finish this round off. So he goes up 2-0 at this point with a perfect at the end. So again, things aren't looking good for Takamura, because it really just felt like as the match kept going, Phenom got stronger and stronger and stronger. And like I said, it seems uncharacteristically passive by Takamura. I feel like he was kind of playing a little bit passively. But as I said, this turns around very, very much. So let's actually see if we can pinpoint what Takamura does to play a little bit differently here. So this starts off just going all in Phenom's way again, back into the corner here. He tries to be aggressive here and tries to blow up the shimmy. So again, why is Takamura waking up with crouching medium kick? He tries to blow up the shimmy, which Phenom did, by the way. So Takamura had the right read, but Phenom actually just walked back and then crouch blocked. And so Takamura thought he was walking. He thought he had the right read on the walk back. So he confirmed that Phenom was still standing, but Phenom crouched at the last second. So Takamura with the mistake Tatsu over there, which Phenom is going to blow up over here. So again, things are just looking bad. Oh, shimmy him again. That's the third shimmy we've seen him fall for. And here's the throw. And like, seriously, at this point in time, you're like, this match is kind of done, right? Takamura is making a valiant comeback over here. You can see, pushes Phenom all the way into the corner here. Oh, God, is he going for throw loops? Oh, God. Yo, 4 throws? Yo, Takamura's the one with it. And then he gets the... Dude, what a comeback. So, what happened here exactly? How did this happen here? He got one throw escape. He gets the hit with the drive rush heavy punch. And again, Ken standing heavy punch is... Oh, shout outs to KF Bizzle. Thank you for the bits. Appreciate it very much. Thank you, sir. Or sir or madam. But yeah, again, this thing, +7 on hit, links into crouching medium kick for the corner carry here. And then he just got aggressive. He just threw him and then threw him, and he just decided he was going to throw him until he died. And Phenom didn't believe it. So Takamura here turning the page a little bit and getting really aggressive here. And then turns the, is he going to throw or shimmy mix up here into a drive impact. So Phenom's brain right now is so focused on, is he going to throw or shimmy or attack? And instead, out comes the drive impact. This was genius by Takamura to turn this throw or shimmy mix-up into a drive impact. And yeah, he wasn't burned out or anything. He just wasn't ready for it. And so again, Takamura is going to steal around from Phenom over here. And I think this kind of triggers Takamura to be like, you know what? I just need to be more aggressive, I feel like. Because if I remember correctly, I feel like Takamura starts to be a little more offensive. As you can see, heavy Dragon Lash. This is the first Dragon Lash Takamura has done at all. Right? And, you know, top players have gotten good at drive pairing it and potentially perfect pairing it or even drive impacting it. But Phenom ends up blocking it because he just blocked the OD fireball, so he was kind of already in a defensive position. But Takamura, look at that, then frame traps with standing heavy punch. So again, a little bit more risky right here. Clearly, he can get interrupted by a jab if he goes for a heavy punch. He's only +1 after the heavy Dragon Lash. He's only +1. And so basically, if he goes for a heavy punch afterwards, Phenom could have easily jabbed him out of this. But what a lot of people do in this situation is they delay tech. They delay jab. Because what they're expecting is that if you do the Dragon Lash, you're going to do crouching light punch immediately so that you delay your crouching light punch so that it comes out a little bit later. So if they light punch, you block, and that eats your input. But if they try to shimmy or something like that, then you jab and make them block and at least kind of steal that turn to a degree. So Takamura here already with a Dragon Lash that we haven't seen, then goes for a very risky frame trap here. And again, this is not a tight frame trap. This is a large gap frame trap designed to defeat delayed buttons. And Takamura's read here is correct. So again, Takamura playing a lot more aggressively already here in this situation. And he's going to get a big old combo off of that, maximizing counter hit heavy punch into strong fierce into the corner. Oh, and and then he goes for the overhead. Now, to be fair, Takamura's been kind of getting beat up, so we haven't seen him have a chance to do a lot of things. But in this round already, he's already done heavy Dragon Lash, a super strong read heavy punch frame trap, and then into the meaty overhead. So Takamura already being way more active and being much more... And then a wake up level 3. So what he's doing here is he's trying to be a lot more unpredictable now. He is definitely shaking things up, as you can see here. Like, he just does a wake-up level 3. Not a wake-up level 1. Not a 1. Not a 1. Not a 1. We're talking about level 3 here. And so now he has a big old life lead. Beautiful corner switch by Phenom. And now, okay, so Phenom trying... Oh, see, he went for the shimmy right there. And right there you can see, last time he blocked the counter shimmy, which Takamura does again. But this time Takamura cancels it and then goes for the tick throw and immediately throws Phenom back into the corner. God, what a beautiful counter poke. And Phenom didn't go for the level 3. That's surprising right here. I feel like Phenom could have won the round right here if he had just done this combo into Run Dragon Lash into level 3. But instead, he goes for the corner carry. And Takamura, again, in this round, heavy Dragon Lash, hard read frame trap, try to go for meaty overhead, wake up level 3, and then wake up OD at the end. So Phenom probably trying to save this meter, but Takamura, by playing a little crazier and a little wild here, steals game number 3 and gets on the board here. And again, you know, people are going to watch this. Some people are going to be like, oh my God, he's so crazy or whatever. But again, you saw how the first 2 games went when he was just kind of playing to the standard of what you would kind of expect out of a Ken, very solid Ken style play. But that game right there was absolute wildness from Takamura. And I feel like that changes the complexion of this whole entire match. Because I think at this point now, Phenom has no idea what to expect from Takamura. And so Takamura choosing to go a little ham like this is what I think changes this entire match around. So let's see how Phenom's behavior goes. So Takamura starts the round with the drive rush in jab tick throw. Like the round start drive rush is like the classic, like, oh my God. And so he immediately goes in the tick throw and then immediately tries to advance on him. So a lot of Phenom's damage right now is coming from defensive play. That was a defensive play that got him this damage and pushed into Takamura into the corner. And then Takamura with a wake-up jab. He's not scared at all. But also in this situation here, what did Phenom do? Double dash. He's still plus in this situation, but is he? Is he still plus in this situation? Let's find out. I really want to know what the frame data in this situation is. Oh yeah, his team went absolutely nuts, which I love as well. Oops. +5. +5. So Takamura knows that's plus. Takamura knows that plus. And he wakes up with a crouching light punch. He wakes up with a crouching light punch and he gets a counter hit. I'm not even sure what Phenom was trying to do here. So, dash, dash. Can we see what Phenom was trying to do? Phenom would look like he was trying to jab. It looked like he was just trying to crouch jab himself, but might have actually just mistimed it. But Takamura with a crazy wake-up light punch in a minus situation, in a situation where he knows he will lose to any meaty, including a meaty throw, including a meaty light punch. He wakes up with the low jab and then goes for the back throw to put Phenom in the corner. Again, Takamura is kind of throwing caution to the wind at this point, and it's kind of insane. Again, a defensive play. Oh, good read this time. Oh, I like the side switch. I like the side switch. So again, Takamura, even though this guess was wrong, he's still playing this style here. He tried to take his turn back in this situation after Ken's Tatsu. Phenom blocks it and punishes him big time. But Takamura is just really establishing now that he's willing just to go all out at this point. So Phenom has to be really careful here, and Phenom should be able to finish him off here. Yeah, there we go. So even though Takamura loses this round, he's still establishing the fact that he's kind of going ham right now. Thank you for the sub, Mighty Sandwich. Appreciate it. Almost 4 years straight now. Thank you very much. So here we go. Match point once again for Phenom. And now Takamura, you see, You see, this is what playing ham has done. Okay? This is what playing ham has done. Look at this situation here. Drive rush cancel, jab, and look what Phenom does. He walks back and blocks. You see that? And then into crouching strong fireball. This is the power of having ODDPs. And Takamura showing that he's willing to ODDP. Is that the opponent will every once in a while kill their own pressure. That's minus on block right there. So Phenom, in a very defensive and now more scared style, even though he had the plus frames after the jab here, because this is a drive rush jab, he's plus. Instead of taking advantage of the plus frames, he kind of shimmy blocks and then panic low strong fireball just to push Takamura away. Takamura's play now has caused Phenom to play a little bit more passively. And again, this is the power of having an ODDP. When you do not have an ODDP, when you are Kimberly, or you are Zangief, or you are Lily, or you are Manon, these is all terrifying situations because there's no reason for a Ken player to back off. But if you actually have the threat, it opens up the game a little bit. Just having that threat, you actually don't even have to ODDP at all. As long as you show that you're willing to do it, or the opponent just is so confident that you're going to do it at some point, it can throw off their pressure. Again, when you're fighting a character that does not have the ODDP, you can just go ham on people, and it is terrifying. It is a horrible, horrible situation to be in. I can say this as a Kimberly player. It sucks a lot. Oh, great whiff punish, but again, nothing more than just low forward fireball. I don't know what that was, but it was so what? I think he was predicting a fireball, but it was so what that Phenom actually didn't punish it in time and gets counter hit out of his run. So again, Takamura's crazy random style now is really throwing Phenom off. And then he just walks up and meaty DIs. I hope people see this. See how completely insane Takamura has been playing. And now he's trying to keep the corner again, and then just drive rushes, gets the hit. Dragon Lash in there, forces Phenom to go for a drive reversal. He's almost burnt out. Oh, man. Yeah, so Phenom is not having a good time over here in this round. Takamura just needs one more hit. Didn't whiff punish that in time. That's fine. Oh, what a reaction. He just jabs him out of the Dragon Lash. So Phenom tried to get in the way that Takamura had been sneaking in. That was one of the first times Phenom tried the Dragon Lash, and then Takamura punished him for it. So Phenom, the craziness from Takamura has put Phenom into a situation that he was doing things that he's not particularly used to. As a side note here, I do want to answer this question in the chat. Freezard asks, I have a question. What happened to the Japan CPT qualifier? There was a bug in the game that was causing a lot of disconnects, and so we didn't want to run the tournament during that situation. Capcom's looking in to fix that. I think they fixed it already. I'm not 100% sure, but if Japan CPT qualifier will be rescheduled for another time to make sure that that doesn't happen. So we were scared about having too many disconnects during the event. It's still a problem? Okay, some people are saying it's still a problem. There you go. All right, so here we go. Takamura now. I mean, it's still match point for Phenom at this point. And Phenom, again, with the great start. Oh, no, they didn't run the tournament at all, Noxo. So Takamura is still falling for a lot of the same things here. The shimmy's still working. And so things finally look like it's going back Phenom's way here. Just jumps out of the corner, which is fine. Getting jabbed out of the air is fine. So no cross cut from Takamura, from Phenom here. But I love this from Takamura, the defensive shimmy. And he actually gets the punish counter here. Cancel into the corner, and he goes into the level 3. So he's just trying to gain some of his drive gauge back over here. And so here we go. Takamura has a corner position. He's going to get a little bit of pressure here. Ooh, dang. And now he goes for the overhead Jinrai kick. So he walks up, heavy punch into the heavy Jinrai. So heavy punch into the heavy Jinrai. Again, huge gap, right? Like that is not a safe block string by any. Look at that. Okay, not huge gap, but there's a 5-frame gap in there, right? So if Ken actually tries the crouching light punch in between that, you beat that. So what Takamura was counting on right here was that Phenom wasn't going to recognize the heavy one, and he wasn't actually going to try to stop it. And that's what allows him to get in there, because keep in mind that if I actually do, let's do 2 blocks here. So if I do the medium one here like this, and that's a true block string, if I try to go for the light follow-up like this, if I try to go for the light follow-up, so if you ever do the medium Jinrai, so if I do this, you see how if I do nothing, I get punished by the EXDP. If I do nothing, I get punished by the EXDP. If I do the light kick follow-up, it's not a true block string. I get punished by the EXDP. I actually get punished by that. So in other words, if you ever block Ken's medium Jinrai, an ODDP for most characters will blow up everything Ken does. There's basically no way for Ken to save himself. As soon as he does this, he gets hit. That's it. That's it. If you ever block the medium Jinrai and you feel like you have enough meter and you want to spend it, obviously he spends no meter, you spend 2, so you got to weigh that option out there. But if you ever block the medium Jinrai, there's nothing Ken can do to escape damage from an ODDP or like a level 3 super at this point. It's done. But if I do the heavy Jinrai, that actually turns the heavy Jinrai into the light kick follow-up as a true block string. So you can't DP in the middle in there anymore. So that's the advantage of doing the heavy Jinrai right there, which is why there's a gap in between which can be jabbed. And so what Takamura actually is doing over here is he goes for the heavy one over here just to push into the corner, and then he goes for the overhead. So literally in this situation, Phenom recognizes that he does the heavy one and is like, this is going to be a true block string into the light one, so I can't interrupt it, so I'm not going to try to do anything. And so Takamura just goes Hail Mary into the overhead here. Like, he just goes into the overhead option instead. So he's counting on the fact that Phenom already knows that heavy Jinrai into the light kick follow-up is a true block string. So he's already on the next layer and goes for the overhead Jinrai here. So again, 2 big risks taken by Takamura in this post-super situation. He can get jabbed right here. He can get jabbed right here. He can get interrupted in both of these situations. Actually, is the heavy one in the overhead? What's the gap on that? That's a great question. Let's actually find out. And see, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frame gap. You can pretty much do whatever the hell you want. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want in between there. So Takamura took 2 risks in a row here. I can get interrupted here. I can get interrupted here. But again, he's kind of in Phenom's head. Oh, what a parry. And again, keeping him in the corner. And then finally baits the throw out of Phenom here with the neutral jump. And he should be able to take the game right here and tie it up. Oh, he didn't take the game. Wow. Why not the heavy DP here? Heavy DP would have killed right here, I think. I think heavy DP would have killed here, but instead he goes for a crazy setup into an empty low and gets the win anyway. And he ties it up 2-2, and you can hear jammers literally screaming in the background over there. Because, yeah, Takamura has tied this up when it looked like it was going. I mean, he was down 2 games in 1 round. He had the longest road possible. But like I said, by kind of going crazy, I feel like that's how Takamura switched this around, because now he's gotten Phenom guessing himself, second guessing himself, and you can even look at Phenom's expression. Phenom is a player who I feel like very rarely gets stressed out, very confident kind of player, and he looks a little perturbed right now. Takamura, you can never tell what he's thinking. His expression is the same no matter what. But I feel like Phenom is a little concerned right now. I think he's a little concerned. And look at this. He went for a drive impact in the middle, at the start of the round. Fireball drive impact, but Phenom is the man of reactions. Nobody has better reactions than Phenom, dude. Like, this kid is the most, he's the closest thing to a machine when it comes to reactions that I think exists in the Street Fighter community. This guy's hit confirms are amazing. It's ridiculous. So he reacts to this drive impact. So again, Takamura here gets punished for trying to go crazy. But again, going crazy is what's making him work. And yep, hard read backdash against the throw here. And so what Phenom did was he did a micro walk back to make it look like he was going to shimmy. And then he was going for a little bit delayed throw to catch Takamura, who has reacted with like the walkbacks with the crouching medium kick. Takamura wakes up with the backdash, but because Phenom didn't do a true meaty throw, Takamura recovers first and is able to get the punish counter here. What a side switch combo. What a side switch combo here. Oh, he maximized the damage on that. Look at that. Punish counter medium punch, crouching heavy punch into heavy Jinrai, EX Dragon Lash, DP. He maximizes the damage off of that punish for no super meter spent. And now he's got this corner position. He's going to be able to drive rush. Oh, he fakes it. He actually fakes it because he's trying to bait out an ODDP or something from Phenom. But now he has the corner position here. Phenom should be... Oh, no, he doesn't even bother switching sides. He just takes him further there, gets another throw. Oh, and then Takamura does a wake-up super again. Dude, Takamura is refusing to block on his wake-up. He is refusing to stand still. And it's throwing Phenom off. Like, Phenom is like, at some point, he's got to stop doing some of this stuff. Oh, he was like a pixel away. And he burns both players out. Takamura burns himself out, and then the drive impact, the drive reversal landed as a punish counter, so it burned out Phenom too. And then again, the neutral jump shimmy. Oh, I'm sorry. Phenom actually burned himself out with that drive cancel. So drive cancel, and then Takamura with a drive reversal burns both out, dashes up, fakes the throw, and then Phenom falls for it, and now he's going to... Oh, and then he read the wake up from Phenom as well. Yo. And now Takamura is at match point. He has turned this whole thing around here. Oh, I told you, those Dragon Lashes can get perfect parried pretty well right there. So again, Phenom starts the round really well. But again, you see this? You see this? Drive rush heavy punch into medium punch. That's not plus, but again, he's just kind of like, he's a little tentative, it feels like. And now he's spending a lot of meter to go in there to try for the pressure. He even went for some Jinrai kicks. And then Takamura just bides his time, finds his way to poke out here, finds the right gap here, catches him walking forward, burns himself out, of course, but he's going to take Phenom to the corner here, tries to go for a frame trap, counter hit timing with that crouching medium kick. Crouching medium punch, but again, the fact that Ken can actually link light kick off of a counter hit standing medium kick like this, this is what I'm talking about by characters who are privileged and characters who are not privileged. Being able to link a light kick after counter hit standing medium kick is amazing. Now, to be fair, standing medium kick is very punishable on block, but it has a target combo behind it that you can get frame trapped by, and it is also huge range on that standing medium kick. So it's still a very powerful tool for Ken to have. Oh, he frame trapped him again. I mean, shimmied him again. That's like 5 shimmies Takamura has fallen for here. And again, Takamura waking up with buttons. Takamura refuses to be patient, man. He is just refusing to respect Phenom's meaty game here. Oh, he was ready for the drive impact. Oh, man. Oh, but like I said, dude, Phenom's reactions are too good here. He tried to go for another drive impact, a raw one, but because Phenom got that standing jab out, he gave him enough extra time to react to it, and he should be able to kill him here. And guess what? We went to final game, final round here. So Phenom, after looking so dominant in the first 2 games, finally takes a round here, gets it to final game, final round between these two. And now look at this. Oh, God, they're both so scared to do anything. No dragon lashes, no drive rushes, no fireballs, nothing, dude. They're just like, look at this. Round 1, fight. Dude, in Street Fighter time, 5 seconds of no one doing anything is forever. And then finally Phenom caves, hits a button, and Takamura whiff punishes. Drive rush cancel. All the way to the corner. Goes for the throw on the plus frames. Oh boy. And then Takamura goes for throw loops. Oh, okay. Nice jump out from Phenom. And Phenom knew that Takamura wanted to throw him back into the corner. So he gets the throw tech there. And then Phenom, just with the walk-up crouching medium kick. Check this out. That was nice right there. Just, I mean, again, the timing of that, catching Takamura exactly when he started to walk forward. And he goes for the level 3. So now, here we go. Phenom trying to even out the life. But the problem is, even though he's even out the life a little bit, Takamura still has a life lead, and he still has his own level 3. Oh my God. A sweep? That wasn't even a whiff punish. He just did it. Dude, Takamura just did the sweep because he just wasn't thinking about that, and it just reaches so far. You know? It's something I got to think about when I'm in the corner a little bit more. People like to hover outside of my range and make it so all my buttons whiff. I might have to just be braver with the sweep, man. Max distance sweep can be punished. Depends on the characters, on what moves they have. Pretty sure Ken's is punishable enough that at max range, you can punish it back. I mean, we can absolutely test this here. There might be like supreme range where it's not possible. But let's find out over here. Let's try crouching heavy kick response on block, and let's set you to crouching here. Yeah, see the fact that Ken moves forward a little bit, and after it's blocked, see how he gets stuck right there? So yeah, anything outside of max range. So there is a range where just barely at the tip it misses, but anything even remotely closer will get punished. So yeah, again, you have to have the most precise range of all of humanity to be able to make sure you're not punishable by that. But I wonder, like, what else could he go for here? Well, how minus is this actually? That's all I want to see here. That's minus 10 frames. And that's a startup of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, okay, that's not fast enough. That's not fast enough. That has 7 frames, but with like this will probably punish it no matter what. I would imagine OD Shoryuken will punish it every single time. So that got clipped. Okay, not quite. So at max range, you can be safe. That is 7 frames startup. Would that actually hit? Dragon Lash Flame. Let's see. Nope, that misses too. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, level 3 might actually hit. Let's see. Nope, not even that. So, most likely, Ken doesn't have anything that can hit from that far to actually punish it. So, at super, super max range, Ken is safe against Ken. But again, that has to be like super, super precise. And that as a range might actually have been at that precise range. Oh yeah, you're right. It did connect as a counter hit. So obviously, Phenom was trying to do something here. So yeah, he got counter hit. He might have just hit light kick or something. But that allows Takamura. Oh, and then he gets him with the classic. And that might be it right there. So that's the 3rd time he's gotten Takamura. So again, Takamura, because of all the craziness, Phenom, because of all the craziness that Takamura's been playing, he's really scared of the throw, and he knows that Takamura wants to back throw him into the corner. So again, this is the 3rd time now that Takamura is going to land the neutral jump shimmy on him. And that's probably game right here. Is this going to kill? Ugh! And Phenom with the comeback, and look at his teammates, dude. And yeah, that's a brutal one for Phenom right there, dude. But look at the elation on the team over there. And again, also, not only did I just kind of want to see the Ken matchup in detail, the Ken Mirror matchup, but I really wanted to see how Takamura turned this around. And like I said, I think a lot of it was just because in some of those rounds, Takamura decided to go absolutely crazy. But also at the same time, I want to mention... I really wanted to mention that if you aren't watching SFL EU, you should be, because it's good stuff here. The matches have been excellent. Every week there's been at least one just absolutely crazy. Oh, it was Vega Patch versus Mr. Crimson in week number 1 was an excellent match. And then this one, I thought Phenom and Takamura in week 2 was super, super good. So, but yeah, again, like, there is such a thing as controlled craziness, right? And that's what we saw from Takamura here. We saw very 2 contrasting styles here, right? Takamura, at first started out crazy in a way by just being aggressive with his drive gauge, but it just wasn't working, and Phenom was just able to kind of logically play against him. And I think Takamura, once he started kind of going a little more ham, Takamura really started throwing things off from Phenom. So again, it's really important to note by watching a match like this, understanding how much you can actually, like, one of the lessons that I try to teach in fighting games is that I teach you all these important things. I teach you when you play fighting games, this is what you should do. This is how you should play. This is what you should, like, this is the right strategy, etc., etc. The hardest part about fighting games is that at some point, everything that I teach you becomes wrong. Because the more logical you play, the easier you are to beat up, the easier you are to defeat. And so you have to start doing all the wrong things. Vi has always told me one of his pieces of advice was for every 2 logical things you do 1 random thing, right? And so this is one of the hardest things about fighting games, because fighting games is about as much as unlearning as it is as learning is. To get to that position where you are a good player, where you are winning, where you can get into master, where you can start winning in master, you have to be very smart, you have to play logically, and you have to play well. But then to get to that very next level, you have to start learning how to start playing illogically. And this is the hardest part about fighting games, is that everything you learn to be successful starts to become a mistake. And so what Takamura did was like, I'm just going to start throwing caution to the wind and doing everything wrong. In that one round, like I said, he did Dragon Lash. He did the very risky frame trap afterwards. He went for the run overhead. He did wake up level 3 super. And then he did a wake up OD uppercut, all in the same round. And that was enough to throw off Phenom, so that he was like, I can't now think to myself, Takamura is going to play logically. So now he's in a situation where every situation is a guess, and the logic part kind of goes out the window. So now it's just, can you read the opponent? But it really throws it off a lot. And this is a great example of how that actually works. So oh, yeah. I want to do more analysis, Harv88. So, again, if you guys enjoy this, I'll keep doing this. But, again, in the comments, in the YouTube comments, let me know what matches you'd love to have me analyze. I do prefer just having, like, professional tournament matches instead of just like, hey, can you analyze my match? You know, that'll be saved for another time. But JNV says, it's much like poker. If you play crazy or bluff like crazy, you can be punished. Being too logical or playing with too much logic opens you up to bluffing or crazy play. Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same thing. If you always make the right choice when you play poker, you will never beat anybody. It's just really how it goes down, right? You have to be willing to, like, you can't bluff all the time. You have to bluff based on what's the board. You have to show the opponent, you know, a scenario which there is something legit to bluff with based on what you see on the board. But again, if you always play logically, you're never going to really advance too much, and you're never going to be able to win a lot of big pots and such, because everyone knows that if they have a strong hand, they can bully you off of it. Or if you play really strong, that you probably are strong, so they'll fold their hand. You'll never be able to catch anybody with anything for big pots. And so that's basically what Takamura did. He just, with one round, I think that literally that one round, he was able to turn everything around. And that's what set up that comeback, because that round was absolute just bonkers, ape shit. And because of that one round, he was able to put Phenom into a different mindset all of a sudden. And like I said, I pointed out a couple of times where it seemed like Phenom actually wasn't the same aggression that he had in the first two games when he took the 2-0 lead. So again, one of the hardest lessons to learn in fighting games is that the stronger you get, the more you're gonna have to learn to break the logic of fighting games and actually do some things that are wrong because they turn out right. Because they're not logical anymore. And if your opponent plays logically the entire time, I'm plus, I will take my turn. I'm minus, I will never. If you're plus, like sometimes you gotta, like if you're minus, sometimes you gotta go for the ODDP, steal your turn, etc., etc. You can't play logically the whole time, or you're going to be way too easy to predict. So once you get to that high level, to get to the next level, to get to that elite level, you're going to have to start doing things that your opponent wouldn't expect. You're going to have to start throwing logic out the window. So sure you all heard that meow just now. Somebody's hungry here. Somebody's hungry. So hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys do want more match analyses like this, please let me know if you want me to do this. If you want this to become a weekly thing, I can try to make sure I turn this into a weekly thing. But again, I love doing match analysis like this. I approach things from different points of view. A lot of people try to focus on the tactics and exactly what characters can do. I try to focus on the psychological aspect and the conceptual aspects of a lot of match analysis. So if you do enjoy this, let me know. Let me know if you have any matches you want me to analyze in the chat, in the comments below on YouTube. Or just send me DMs or just tweet at me and let me know. But I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope you found this very, very useful. So, yeah, no, Nathan is being... Oh, wow. We are getting a rare appearance here by Other Cat. And she's running away because she knows I want to pick her up. I got you. I got you. Oh, you hate it when I pick you up here. Oh, hi, Jasmine. Rare appearance by Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. She is not happy. She is about to murder me, so I'm going to let her go. So, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And, again, please like and subscribe. And I hope you guys are all doing well and enjoying your fighting games out there. And, again, keep listening to my podcast here whenever you can, because the day that this podcast graced your ears was the most important day of your life. But for me,
It was Tuesday.